Days of the Night Supposed to Be Stable. My name is Tarantula, and welcome to episode 1 of the Masked Singer Recap. Let me tell you guys, last night started off The Masked Singer Season 4 with a bang. Like, every performer that performed last night was amazing. Like, I was shook. But let me just get this right off the bat. None of the guesses I had for any of the performers was right. For my pre-show guesses, I mean. Now you're probably wondering, who performed last night? Well, the performers were Sun, Dragon, Popcorn, Giraffe, and Snow Owls for Group A. Now, to kick off the show was the Sun, who my pre-show guest was Diana Ross. But given the performance of 'Cause I Love You by Lizzo, the performer sounded a lot younger than Diana Ross. I just became an ageist, apparently. Let's not be ageist, anyway. So basically, I thought it was Diana Ross based on the legendary outfit. It looks like a legendary singer, but I was far off. And given the clue package, I've narrowed it down to two female singers, based on the first clue package. In the clue package, they featured a silhouette of mouse ears and what looked like a wild jaguar, but I believe it was a cheetah. So, for the Sun, I have two guesses. By the way, the performance of 'Cause I Love You by Lizzo, great way to start off the show. Arguably, it was better than Peacock's The Greatest Show opening performance. Moving on. But for my post-show guesses, my guess would have to be either... I'm spelling this right. I'm gonna basically start off with that. My guess for the Sun, it has to either be Kiely Williams or Sabrina Bryan. Probably those who are younger probably don't know who they are. Let me explain. Kiely Williams played, for those who didn't know about Season 2 of Masked Singer, we actually had a Cheetah Girls reunion between the Flamingo and the Black Widow, who were Adrienne Bailon and Raven-Symoné. For those too young to know what the Cheetah Girls was, it was a Disney Channel original movie about this four group of girls who were a singing group called the Cheetah Girls. And basically, not only was Raven-Symoné and Adrienne Bailon two Cheetah Girls, so were these two. Kiely Williams playing, I think her name was Aqua, I could be wrong, and then Sabrina Bryan playing Dorinda, or whatever her name was. I have a hard time remembering anyway. So, for my final guess, for my post-show guesses, so far it's Kiely Williams or Sabrina Bryan. Next to perform was the Giraffe, who performed the Black Eyed Peas' Let's Get It Started, which is a really hard song to rap. I mean, it's so fast-paced and hard, and you kind of get tongue-tied really easily. But Giraffe killed it. Now, I don't know much about the clues. It just... He said he started off great, but then became the butt end of everyone's jokes. There's a lot of people who are like that, but I'm just going based off the voice. Probably can't see it because of the glare, but yeah, you can't see it. It says Vanilla Ice, by the way. Mainly because the voice sounds like Vanilla Ice. Sorry you can't see it. Of this stupid glare. Nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. But yeah, I think with that performance of Let's Get It Started, which was a pretty hard song to rap, which he was pretty much on beat, but yeah, I think it's Vanilla Ice, the rapper from the 90s, one-hit wonder. Next to perform was Popcorn. Now, my guess was Sophia Carson. It sounded nothing like Sophia Carson. It sounded like someone who had like a southern twang with... But it also sounded like they were like Boston or Chicago or something. I really don't know, but they performed "What About Us," but Popcorn performed "What About Us" by Pink. I had goosebumps, but yeah, it left me shocked. Like the amount of soul that this person gave. I think I know who this is. I have two guesses for them, but given the clue package between, there are some clues like that's leaning towards one person because there's a proud merry-go-round, and there was another clue that Nicole Scherzinger explained. I forget what she said though, but my guesses for Popcorn are are Tina Turner, can't even see it. Darn it, are Tina Turner and Mary J. Blige. Because proud merry-go-round. And there were some clues that kind of led to Mary J. Blige, according to Nicole Scherzinger. Who knows? But then there was the next performer, who was the Dragon, who performed LL Cool J's "Mama Said Knock You Out." Honestly, I feel like I have a feeling who this person was, just based on the voice. My first guess was Mike Tyson. But then after hearing, because they had like a short, because they mentioned having a short fuse and losing control sometimes. But after hearing them perform, I decided it was either Mike Tyson or Busta Rhymes. Now, when they performed "Mama Said Knock You Out," it sounded like Busta Rhymes, but also with the clues it could be Mike Tyson. But I really didn't know. I don't know, honestly. And then finally, the last performance of the night, and I'm sorry to say this, but I kind of got a spoiler for it whilst watching YouTube, and I got an advertisement for it. Snow Owls, I was completely way off. And my mom was too. Queen Hamthalot. Like, I thought it was the Olsen twins. Queen Hamthalot thought it was Allie and AJ. They are not twin sisters. They're brother and sister. And basically, I should have known based on the crown and the tiara on their heads. I really couldn't tell, honestly. But you're probably wondering what my guesses are for Snow Owls. Well, I have no idea. Like, I kind of want to go with Marie and Donny Osmond, but if you guys remember season 1, Donny Osmond was the peacock costume, and I don't know. It could be them. It could be him and his sister Marie Osmond, but I don't know, honestly. And they mentioned being brother and sisters. One being a comedian, but then the male Snow Owl being a comedian. The female didn't really get much backstory, but I don't know, honestly. But I'm getting brother and sister vibes. Anyway. So those are all the 5 perform. So they basically perform. Oh yeah, almost forgot. They performed an amazing performance of "Say Something" by A Great Big World. Now comes the stressful part. I forgot an expo marker. Be right back. Now comes the stressful part. Who did the audience, both on stage and watching it on TV, who did they vote for? Who had the least amount of votes and was going to be unmasked in that episode? But now, before we get to the right answer between who got eliminated, I just want to give you my guesses on who I thought would be eliminated. Obviously, staying, I thought it would be Sun, Popcorn, and Snow Owls. the person being eliminated would either be dragon or giraffe. I was right. The first eliminated contestant of The Masked Singer Season 4. Sadly, the dragon. He had the least amount of votes and was eliminated episode 1. Meaning he ranks at last place, or in other words, 16th place. Now, before we get to the, well, before we get to the dragon's, basically, correct answer, sorry, lost my train of thought, let's go over what the panel said for their final guesses. For Robin Thicke and Nicole Scherzinger, they guessed around the same guesses I made, but Busta Rhymes. Kelly, no, that's not her name. Jenny, my bad. Jenny guessed some rapper named DMX. I've never heard of him, or whatever his name was. I don't really know much about rap music, so I don't know. So, but at least they were close with rappers. And then there was Ken Jeong, who guessed Michael Phelps. But the correct answer for who was unmasked who was unmasked as the dragon. Correct answer, Busta Rhymes. I had a feeling, just based on that tone of voice, the dragon would have to be the famous rapper that everyone hasn't talked about for a while, but a legendary rapper nonetheless, Busta Rhymes. Now, so yeah, I was honestly shocked it was him that went home. Well, actually, my mom was really shocked that Dragon went home. She honestly thought Giraffe would have gone home. But, oh well. So yeah, I think that'll do for this week's recap for The Masked Singer episode 1. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. But before we sign off, I just want to say thanks. I didn't actually think that the pre-show guesses, episode 0 of The Masked Singer recap, would get as many views as I thought it would, as I thought it has. Like, I never thought it'd get as many views like it does now. Like, I didn't even think it would get 1 view, honestly. But here we are. So once again, thank you. Thank you for making this. Thank you for making something I've always wanted to talk about for the longest time. Well, kind of worth it. So, but that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like you're dropping the bass. Wow, wow. Give the old subscribe button the old smizity smack. And I'll see you fella knights in the next video. Dudes.